Republican redistricting saga continues. Georgia Republicans revealed a new congressional map that significantly increases the GOP's chances of seizing an additional seat in the U.S. House of Representatives. Republicans already have an 8-6 majority of the state's congressional seats, but the proposed map shifts the 6th district from a competitive blue seat to a solidly red seat. This district is represented by Congresswoman Lucy McBath, who entered politics to pursue racial justice after her 17-year-old son, Jordan Davis, was murdered. The map stretches her district, which encompasses parts of Atlanta, further north into several rural conservative counties. As a result, her district was morphed into one where Donald Trump would have won by double digits in 2020. McBath could technically run in the nearby 7th congressional district and against Democratic Representative Carolyn Bordeaux, but only 12% of McBath's constituents would move over to the 7th district under the new maps, which would leave McBath with little support. The Congresswoman responded to the proposal yesterday on Twitter, saying, "Next week marks 9 years since my son was murdered. Today, Republicans released another draft map to draw me out of Congress. This only strengthens my resolve to stay in Congress and fight for my son and those lost too soon." Joining me now to discuss is Mary C. Curtis, host of Equal Time with Mary C. Curtis podcast, and Cliff Albright, co-founder and executive director of Black Voters Matter. Mary, this is just the latest one of these maps. We know that to some degree, whoever controls it, whether they're Democrat or Republicans, do draw maps to their favor. But what we're seeing out of Republicans in state after state after state is just outrageous. Most of the increase in population that came into Georgia and also that came into Texas was from people of color. But the people who are controlling these legislators are mostly white, and they're drawing districts that will benefit Republicans, which in these states is basically synonymous with white people. How do you see what is happening here in Georgia?
Oh, well, it's definitely just another case of politicians picking their voters instead of having the voters pick the politicians. And you're right, this is a trend, and it's happening in Ohio, North Carolina, and Georgia. And we see these are states where, Joe Biden won Georgia, and these are states where they're pretty split. So it really doesn't reflect the voters' intent. But because since, 2013, the Supreme Court invalidated portions of the Voting Rights Act, and Republicans have taken advantage of that to really solidify their control. And in this case, as you say, in Texas, because Black and brown voters gave them 2 House seats, but the way they drew it, they actually took power away. And you see this, they've been after Lucy McBath for quite some time. They never got over that she won Newt Gingrich's district. But this is just changing demographics, but they're trying to gerrymander their way out of it to maintain control. And of course, we know that Kevin McCarthy is salivating, just knowing that by redistricting alone, he can become the House Majority Leader.
Cliff, how do you weigh in on this? Because in Texas, they tried to draw one of 2 Black Congress people out of a seat. They ended up reneging on that, but that was the original map in Texas, was to pit them against each other so that only one would be able to survive, so you get rid of one. Here again in Georgia, the same tact is being used. Draw one of the Black Democrats out of power. How much of this is a direct attack on Black representation in power?
Yeah, no, you hit it right on the head, Charles. I mean, it's basically a twofer, right? On the one hand, they get to do the partisan aspect of the gerrymandering, which is that they increase their numbers, even in states, which, as we pointed out, a state like Georgia, which is basically a 50-50 state, but they would take their congressional numbers from 8-6 to 9-5. So they're getting the partisan piece of it. But they also get the twofer of weakening Black political power and Black representation. As you said, in Texas, in Georgia, we're seeing the same thing in North Carolina, right? Even as a lot of this growth has come from Black and brown communities. This is exactly why we've been making the case around the voting rights legislation that time is of the essence, that there's got to be a fierce urgency of now. This is not something too many people think that getting the voting rights passed is just a matter of, oh, we need to do this before the midterm elections in November. No, because these maps are being drawn right now. And it's based on these maps that pretty soon you're going to have not just the general in November, but you've got primaries that take place in the spring. You've got people that have got to announce, as you were saying earlier on the show, once this gets done, once these maps get in place, it's very hard to undo. That's why we need the voting rights legislation now in order to block some of these maps before they get passed.
Mary, in that vein, this map also chips away at black voters' majority in the 2nd congressional district held by another black congressman, and that one I think is held by Representative Sanford Bishop. It adds Republican-leaning precincts to his district and brings down the black population to just under 49%. Is this more of the same? This more of a direct attack on black power and black representation, or is this in the South black synonymous with Democrat and white synonymous with Republican?
Well, they would say that, but since practically it is true, it is diminishing the power and the votes of voters of color. And that's why, as your previous guest says, that's why there pushes on for some federal legislation, because it's sort of a voting rights of 1965 moment. I heard Stacey Abrams speak last night here in North Carolina talking about that. I had Mark Morial on my show, on my podcast, talking about really, because as you said, these maps are going to be used. And so you might have a lot of lawsuits against them, but that will take quite a while for those lawsuits to work their way through the court. Here in North Carolina, G.K. Butterfield, the former head of the Congressional Black Caucus, is retiring. And one reason is because they changed his district. So he probably would not be able to win it. And so, they've been taken to court before, but they're going back to these old maps, basically saying, sue us. It's going to take a long while to do it. And I think particularly that's why people are saying, yes, the economic package of Joe Biden is important, but voting is fundamental. And these maps are going to be in place for quite some time.
Cliff, let's talk a little bit about the calendar itself. Maybe they'll get a vote on Build Back Better in the House tonight. They're waiting. Kevin McCarthy's still talking at this point. But even if they pass it, Schumer is now saying they're planning to try to get something passed or get something voted on before Christmas. But that means that will eat up all the political energy until Christmas, and then they'll be in recess, and then you'll have to come back in the new year to focus on voting rights. And that is not, there's no assurance that it will even pass in the new year. Are we just running out of time to protect these votes and protect these seats?
No, we're definitely running out of time. We're really past time, because again, we needed this to be passed before these states were even able to start discussing some of these maps. So we're past time. No, we cannot wait until January. They have got to, we've been saying for some time that they have got to change the prioritization that they have for these bills. You got infrastructure, you got Build Back Better, you got discussion around the debt ceiling, right? Everything else is a priority except for our voting rights, right? And yet it's the most foundational thing that makes progress on all of these other issues be possible. I'll add in there DC statehood, because if we had 2 extra senators from DC, we wouldn't even be messing around with Manchin and Sinema, right? And so there's got to be a sense of urgency. They have got to decide that voting rights is important enough to move it up on that list of priorities, discuss it. They really need to discuss it before Thanksgiving, before they go on break for Thanksgiving. But short of that, they've got to deal with it in early December. They cannot go into January of 22 not having passed voting rights. We believe we have the power. There's been motion. We've been doing all kinds of actions, people getting arrested and all that. We've seen a movement, a subtle movement in Manchin, a subtle movement in Biden. We've even seen some more Democratic senators coming out in support of filibuster reform. So there has been movement. The activism has been working, but they have got to speed up the timetable, or else we are going to run out of time.
And there's no Republican support for
Thank
this at
you.
all.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mary C. Curtis, coming to us from Charlotte, North Carolina. And thank you, Cliff Albright, coming to us from a moody hotel room in Brunswick, Georgia. Thank you both for joining us tonight. I really appreciate it.